Hello everyone and happy Christmas Eve. So we're going through our usual data like our UKV chart, our annual index and the chart on weather for the next week or so, covering the Christmas period in detail. So starting off with the 5-day forecast. So today was a cloudy day, mild day, actually very mild day, and also a very windy day. Tonight we will see some showers in the north, generally quite cloudy overnight. Some clear spells in the south, but towards morning we will see some rain in the south, mainly light to moderate, and it should clear by lunchtime. That is Christmas Day, with some showers in the north, and these showers will get widespread into the afternoon and evening. Now into tomorrow night, we will see some showers again into the north, largely clear elsewhere, and quite a cold night as well. Into Boxing Day, we see a huge area of rain coming up from the south, bring a soaking end to the day, and start of Wednesday into many areas. Actually, rain stays through Wednesday, and actually a heavy snow for Scotland there. Constant snowfall, look at that. Then to Thursday and Friday, we see showers and spells of rain coming in from the west. Actually, into Friday, towards the end of the week, we can see some pinks forming in these showers. So getting a bit colder by Friday. So some showers getting wintry then. Especially over higher grounds. So temperatures again today was very mild, especially in the east and the south. Tonight, a mild night, lowest temperatures of about 8 to 10 degrees. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, will be mild, highest temperatures of about 8 to 11 degrees. Now, cooler into Boxing Day morning, lowest temperatures then of about 3 to 7 degrees. Into Boxing Day itself, highest temperatures quite chilly, 5 to 7 degrees, pretty much the same as the lows. Colder for Scotland Day, as you can see. Then we see milder air coming back from the south into Wednesday, and we see lowest temperatures about 4 in the north, up to about 11 or 12 in the southeast as a warm slot comes through. You can see why it snows for Scotland on Wednesday. There's big contrast in temperatures here, about 10 degrees off the east coast of Scotland to about below freezing inlands. Into Wednesday itself, temperatures do lower through the day. So at 3 p.m, widely is about 5 to 8 degrees. Then we see a cooler spell into Thursday morning, briefly around 5 degrees at midnight before rising, as you see some more wind coming in by the morning. Then into Thursday afternoon, about 5 to 8 degrees. So getting cooler after tomorrow, basically. We'll still see westerly winds and rain, but the jet stream is going southwards, so we'll be on the cooler side of the jet. So therefore, we will see a cooler variety of westerly weather. And so we see a cooler variety of unsettled weather. And into Friday itself, highest temperatures getting colder between 3 and 5 degrees. This is the annual index observed and forecasted. So, since about the 10th of December, we've had a solidly and strongly positive NAO. So we've seen a strong PV, a strong low around Greenland Iceland, and then also a strong Azores high to our south. It is currently sliding away. Around the new year, it'll be very weakly positive, and as we go through the first part of January, it goes negative. So possibly we're seeing signs from the ensembles that we'll see more blocking towards Greenland Iceland into January, into the new year. It is the GFS 12Z, so it's starting off on Christmas Day with low to north, high to south, westerly winds, showers coming in, possibly some rain in the south at first. Into Boxing Day, we see a brief drier slot as a transit ridge comes through, a bit cooler as well. But by Wednesday, we see that next low coming in, bringing rain and wind with it. Actually, Wednesday could be thoroughly wet, very wet for many areas. Very windy by Thursday. That storm coming through. That low clears away into Friday and Saturday. We see more westerly winds coming in. Constant rain, pretty much. And into the new year, here we go again. More lows, more rain, until we get towards January 5th, where we see a ridge from the Azores to Greenland, and these troughs going eastwards, and that allows colder air to start coming down from the north. And this lasts into, oh wow, look at that. This does not just end suddenly, it prolongs itself. If we look at the temperatures at 850 HPA, we can see that the cold air starts to come down on Saturday, the 6th of January, and it stays pretty much that we nearly get the -10 ice them in. We get there. Look at that cold, very cold MS coming in on the 12th run from about the 5th onwards. That is, so based on my observation, this has been a solid trend among the majority of GFS operation runs to do this in the first week of January at some points, set up a cold spell. Now, let's look at the ensemble data from this. GFS ensembles for Dublin. Let's look at that. Yeah, so by the way, the thick green line is a GFS run that we just saw. And it is a cold option, or even a cold outlier at times, especially around here. It pretty much touches -10 degrees there. And most of the members are milder, the ensemble members. However, it's been very consistent in going cold in January. Could it just be the GFS doing its usual lies? Could be. It could be confused, like it is, by the way. But you never know. I'll show you the ECMWF now. As one. We'll see that later on. Okay. There we go. Here's Christmas Day, lows to north, high to the south, westerly winds, rain in the south, showers elsewhere. Boxing Day, that drier day coming through and colder as well. There we see that next low coming in, wet, windy, westerly winds coming through. Trough comes through there on the 29th, and that clears through. I can confirm that there is winteriness coming through on that in the detailed forecast. There is winteriness on that. And the ECM operation run has been consistent in showing a cold spell around the end of December. Yeah, so we have the GFS showing a cold spell in January, and the ECM showing a cold spell at the end of December, and they've both been consistently doing that for the past few days, towards a week. Anyway, that cold spell comes through, but by New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, we're back to westerly winds, and the westerlies are truly back in business. Possibly the start of a ridge starting to go north there, but I doubt it. Here's the UK Met run. Here's the UK Met run, and there we go. Okay, so Boxing Day, Christmas Day is westerly and mild. Drier on Boxing Day with that transient ridge, and beyond that, we just see these westerly winds moving back. Low pressure for low pressure. This low on Friday goes south on the ECM. We sort of get a bit of chilly weather with that, I think. Some cooler weather anyway by the weekends. But again, by New Year's Eve, we're starting to see these westerly winds come back. I'll show you the ECM ensembles actually for upper temperatures. No. 12, 31, yeah. Yeah, okay, so again, red line is the upper temperature average. So, clear signal for a colder spell from about the 29th of December to New Year's Eve on the ECM ensembles. Milder in January, we can see, and the one I showed you just now, that thick green line, it does go in towards a milder option. So pretty clear up to around New Year's Eve with the weather. It's very likely to get colder around the turn of the year, but after that, it might go. I'd say it will go milder after a cold spell if it occurs around the end of December, briefly during the first days of January. But there's a chance then of the cold biting back in at some point through January, through sorry, at some point through the first week of January, based on what I'm seeing. Next one is the GEM. Okay, okay, get rid of that and get rid of that, and we can see westerly winds tomorrow, and then through Boxing Day we see Transient Ridge. Wednesday and Thursday, again, these lows come back. This low on Friday and Saturday is interesting. It might come southwards to bring a cold push. Yeah, it's quite chilly with that in the end. And it gets cooler and colder around New Year with this GEM run. But by New Year's Day, we see a return to westerly winds. So I think that, yeah, if we do get some cooler incursion around the end of December, by New Year's Day, it should clear away with westerly winds. Beyond that, into January, well, at least till the 3rd of January, it's getting wet. It's very unsettled. Not really a sign of blocking apart from this little one here. I don't think that will amount to anything pretty much. GM ensembles next for temperatures. Gem for temperature level. Okay, so again, this dip in temperatures around the new year, is pretty much likely now that we will see a colder snap. Again, milder into the new year. Not much sign of a cold snap coming back. Well, there could be a cluster around January 5th that get colder here. But again, milder runs are up there, so can't be taken too seriously. Next thing is the icon run. Okay. Right, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Get rid of that and that. Right, there we go at last. Okay, so westerly winds into tomorrow and Boxing Day. And beyond that, it's westerly and wet and miles. What happens here around Friday and Saturday? Yeah, the low pressure allows some colder air to come in briefly, but by New Year's Eve, it's getting milder again. And by New Year's Day, it's mild and wet, so quite a clear trend here around the New Year periods. And the arpège, I don't want that. I want the arpège, thank you. Here we go, the arpège. So yeah, westerly winds throughout Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Then strong westerly winds after that, deep low. Could be a bit stormy though, actually. Very wet, definitely. And by Friday, we're seeing a cooler incursion from northwest. That low is a bit far. It's a bit too far north though to allow any proper cold air in. So thanks for watching. Definitely a lot to keep an eye on. There is that strat warming happening currently over Europe, but it'll intensify, move towards Siberia, and then eventually into the North Pole by January. And around the 8th of January is when the GFS starts to show signs of it splitting towards the very end of the run. I'll do a video about that later on today or tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you probably on Christmas Day. Happy Christmas Eve, and bye for now. Hopefully Santa brings you your wishes.